This is DWAN 1206 AM, a member of the kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
Join us as we uncover stories behind every game-changing moment with Bill Velasco. Get ready to dive into the heart of sports.
Yes. What about-
Because it's time for your favorite sports step
Hey, Landon
into the
here.
spotlight.
Isang napakagandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, teammates. Ito po ang Hardball with Bill Velasco. Ang oras po natin 11:02. Ngayon po ay Martes, April 28, 2026.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Baka mamaya makakausap natin sa linya si Pearl Managelod, ang Director ng Philippine Sports Institute at Secretary General ng Muay Thai Association of the Philippines.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At dahil lumabas na ang schedule ng Gilas Pilipinas Women 3x3 team sa FIBA 3x3 World Cup, babalikan natin ang ating panayam sa kanila.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, syempre sundan kami sa aming mga social media accounts sa Facebook DWAN 1206 AM.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Sa YouTube at DWAN.1206 AM. Sa X DWAN 1206 AM _
Knockout!
at sa Instagram at DWAN 1206 AM.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Tumbukin na natin ang ating mga sports news para sa araw na ito. Magiging mahirap ang tatahaking landas ng Gilas Pilipinas Women sa FIBA 3x3 World Cup na gaganapin sa Warsaw, Poland sa Hunyo. Sa unang araw pa lang ng kompetisyon sa June 1, dalawang mabibigat na kalaban kaagad ang makakaharap ng pambansang koponan. Kasalukuyang number 30 sa points sa world rankings. World number 8 Latvia ang unang babanggain ng Pilipinas sa June 1. Makalipas ang dalawang oras, number 15 Germany naman ang katunggali ng mga Pinay. Pahinga ang Gilas Women sa June 2 at sa June 3, tatapusin nila ang kanilang group play kontra sa kasalukuyang world number 26 na China. Kailangan matapos ng Pilipinas ang group stage sa unang pwesto para makausad sa susunod na round. Ang world rankings ay base sa mga nalikom na puntos ng bawat bansa sa mga FIBA tournament at mga inorganisading kompetisyon ng bawat bansa.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Lumayo na ang China at Thailand sa Pilipinas sa medal tally ng Asian Beach Games sa Sanya, China. May kabuang 30 medalya na ang punong abalang China sa na binubuo ng 14 na gold, 11 silvers at 5 bronze medal. Samantala ang Thailand ay may 7 gold, 5 silver at 3 bronze. Sa huling update, wala pang naidaragdag na medalya ang 101 atleta ng Pilipinas. Nasa 3 ginto, 2 pilak at 2 tanso pa rin ang napanalunan ng bansa. 1 ginto lang ang lamang ng mga Pinoy sa Vietnam at United Arab Emirates.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill
Sa
Velasco.
kaugnay na balita, sa Cebu gaganapin ang ikapitong Asian Beach Games. Inaasahan ng Philippine Olympic Committee na sa Marso 2028 lalarga ang multi-sport competition. Sinimulan na ang pagbabalangkas ng strategic blueprint para sa pag-organisa ng Games. Ayon kay POC President Abraham Tolentino, importante na mapatunayan ng bansa na kayan nitong dalhin ng mga Asian-level events dito. Ang Asian Beach Games ay magiging pagsubok ng Pilipinas para makapagbid sa mga susunod na Asian Games.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Pasok na sa East Asia Super League si KBL Rookie of the Year Kevin Kiambao at ang goyang Sono Sky Gunners. Ang Sky Gunners ang ika-6 na koponan ng Korean Basketball League na nakakwalipika sa prestigyosong torneo dahil nakapasok sila sa KBL Finals. May average na 15.2 points, 6.5 rebounds at 4 assists per game si KQ. Siya ang ikatlong sunod na Pilipino na kinilala bilang KBL Rookie of the Year, kasunod nila RJ Abarientos at JD Kagulangan. Noong ika-26 ng Pebrero, nagtala siya ng 18 assists na isang bagong record ng koponan.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Tinanghal na 2025-2026 NBA Rookie of the Year si Cooper Flagg ng Dallas Mavericks. Nagtala ng impresibong 21 points, 6.7 rebounds at 4.5 assists per game ang 6'9 small forward para sa Mavs. Si Flagg din ang pinakabatang manlalaro sa kasaysayan ng NBA na naka-score ng 51 points sa isang game noong April 3. Nalagpasan din ni Flagg ang record ni LeBron James nang maka-score ito ng 40 points o higit pa ng 4 na beses sa kanyang rookie season. Noong nakaraang taon, ginawaran din si Flagg ng National Collegiate Player of the Year ng US NCAA.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Nais ko lang sana pag-usapan saglit yung naging away ni ng dating MVP na si Nikola Jokic at ang manlalaro ng Minnesota Timberwolves na si Julius Randle. At ito ay tungkol sa isang di umano'y unwritten rule sa basketball. No? Ang eksena po ay ganito. Lamang na ng malaki ang Minnesota Timberwolves at matatapos na yung game. Halos 1 minuto na lang natitira ng tumakbo sa fast break si Randle at ini-score pa yung shoot niya, no? At dahil dito medyo napikon si Jokic kasi parang panalo na kayo, dinadagdagan mo pa yung score ninyo. Kaya nasa kabilang dulo siya ng court, sinugod niya ito. At dahil dito, minultahan sila pareho. Si Jokic, $50,000. Si Randle, $35,000. Totoo ba na meron ganitong unwritten rule, no, sa basketball? Meron po na tinatawag nilang running up the score. No? In other words, lamang na kayo, panalo na kayo, parang lalo mong dinidiin o lalo mong tinatambakan ng kalaban. Marami pong pagkakataon na nakita natin na nagkairingan, nagkaaway ang mga ilang player at maging ilang coach dahil dito parang pakiramdam nila ay sadyang pinapahiya sila ng kanilang kalaban na panalo na. Pero ang totoo po niyan hindi ako sang-ayon sa ganon. Kasi nilagay mo yung sarili mo dyan sa sitwasyon na yan. Ikaw ang nagpatalo, ikaw ang nagpatambak, may pagkukulang sa paghahanda ninyo sa game. Kaya natalo kayo ng malaki. No? At bakit makikisama sa iyo yung kalaban, ang trabaho nila manalo. Okay, sabihin na natin, panalo na, parang dindiin pa, di gamitin nyo yan, no, na motivasyon ninyo para sa susunod na laro o susunod na paghaharap ninyo. Hindi maulit yon dahil pag napanatili nyo yung pakiramdam na gano'n, yung ayaw na ayaw nyo mangyari pero nangyari sa inyo, titindi ang inyong paghahanda para sa susunod din yung pagkikita. No? Gaganda ang preparasyon ninyo, mas magiging focused kayo at yung laro ninyo ay talagang mamumukod tangi. Diba? So, sinasabi ng iba, respeto lang, kurtesiya lang kasi panalo na kayo, tapos na yung laban, parang don't hit a man when he's down. Pero sports po yan eh. Hindi po natin pwedeng pagbigyan yung kalaban. Minsan po, kailangan talaga natin. Minsan maganda yung nilalaro natin. So biglang lalagyan nyo ng preno yung sarili nyo porque sa pananaw ng marami, tapos na yung laro. Pero sa akin, kasama sa laro yan eh. Parang pag binintangan mo yung referee na dahil natalo ka, nilagay mo yung sarili mo sa sitwasyon na yan na isang tawag lang ng referee, apektado na ang kinalabasan ng laro. So, in other words, it's a lesson for the losing team not to put themselves in that kind of a situation. Kaya sana wag mapipikon dahil siyempre nag-i-enjoy din yung kabila na panalo sila at wala naman pong mali doon dahil wala naman po tayong rules kontra sa ganung bagay.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Sa ating pagbabalik, makakausap natin ang director ng Philippine Sports Institute na si Pearl Managelod. Magpapatuloy ang
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Maging fuel efficient. Planuhin ang bawat biyahe para iwas traffic. Mag-carpool para sa mababang carbon footprint at emission. Tipid na pamasahe, may savings ka na aabot sa 10%.
This is a public service announcement from the Department of Energy and this station.
Kaibigan, if your relationship with your partner is full of dishonesty, lies, and you're just being fake, then that's a red flag. It's like sharing fake news to people on the internet. IBC 13 strongly believes that fake news is abuse, and it's definitely a red flag. Because misinformation causes harm to people, to an organization, and even to loved ones. Let's not be toxic or be a red flag. Let's be green flags and spread factual news, because fake news is abuse. Sa bawat balita, may koneksyon. Sa bawat issue, may kwento. At sa bawat Pilipino, may epekto. Ito ang Balitang Konektodo. Ang programang hindi lang nagbabalita, kundi nagpapaliwanag kung bakit ito mahalaga sa atin. Kasama si Simon Ong. Pakinggan ang News Bites. Balikan ang throwback tayo. At suriin sa anong connect sa atin. Balitang Konektodo. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 ng umaga. Dito lang sa DWAN 1206 AM. Umani ng kaalaman sa bawat usapan. Hindi lang basta tanim at ani, kundi trivia, talakayan at mga proyekto ng gobyerno para sa magsasaka at agrikultura. Agri ang bida at kaalaman ang ani. Kaya't makisali na. Kasama si Alice Noel. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 hanggang alas 6 ng umaga. Sa D1 1206 AM. You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco. Handa na ba kayong makitambay? Kasama sina Charlie Manalo, Humphrey Manalo, Danny Legman, at mga guest hosts na siguradong may dalang kwentong inspirasyon, impormasyon, at kasiyahan. Tuwing Lunes, tambayang paaralan, balitang campus, scholar kwento, at tips para sa ating mga kabataang iskolar ng bayan. Miyerkules, tambayang kabuhayan, negosyo balita, tech tips, at kwento ng tagumpay ng ating kabarangay. Biyernes, Barangay Talk, Usapang Bayan, at kwentong party list. At tuwing Martes, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. LGU Special, serbisyong publiko at proyekto para sa mamamayan. Barangay 13. Lunes, Miyerkules, Biyernes, 2:30 to 4 p.m. At Martes, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Dito lang sa 1206 a.m. You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At nasa linya natin ngayon at makakausap natin si Pearl Managelod, ang director ng Philippine Sports Institute. Good morning, Pearl. How are you today?
Good morning. Maraming salamat sa pag-imbita ngayon sa show mo.
Okay, you are in Batangas, am I right?
Yes, in Calatagan at the moment.
Okay, is there any particular reason that you're there?
So, tomorrow is the first day of the Tour of Luzon. So the Philippine Sports Institute is part of the Tour of Luzon through the sponsorship of the Philippine Sports Commission. So kasama po tayo ngayon dito sa 14 stages gagawin nila.
I see. Kailan kung saan magsisimula at saan matatapos ang Tour of Luzon natin ngayong taon?
Okay, so stage 1 is tomorrow. So the kick-off or the grand depart will start here at Calatagan, dito sa Calatagan South Beach or Casobe. And then that will end in Tagaytay for stage 1. And then the last stage, which is stage 14, will be in Baguio. Always in Baguio. Sa Camp John Hayden po, like last year.
Okay. Kailan matatapos ito?
That will be May 13. That's stage 14.
All right. Okay. But ano ang relationship ng Philippine Sports Institute dito sa Tour of Luzon?
Okay, so the PSI is providing on-ground services, which is the high-performance unit. May tatlong units po tayo that will provide services to the athletes. One is sports nutrition. So we will look after the athletes' welfare when it comes to their hydration, the nutrition nila, making sure that they're eating correctly and they're hydrating and sufficiently. The second unit that we have is the sports psychology unit, wherein may sports psychologists po tayo, licensed therapists that can help with the mental performance of our athletes. And then the third unit that we have is the physiotherapy or yung recovery. So may kasama po tayong tatlong physiotherapists who can also provide yung mga kinesiotaping or massage or muscle recovery that our athletes will need to make sure that they will complete the 14 stages dito sa Tour of Luzon.
Okay, alam naman natin, historically, ang layo ng nararating nitong Tour of Luzon natin. Anong mga logistical challenges para sa inyo na to keep up with the races?
Because every stage is a different way, so medyo logistical nightmare siya in a way because you also have to transport all the staff, support staff from one location to the next, and also when it comes to the accommodation, syempre, ang dami po natin dito, or around 500 people in total kasama yung athletes. So of course, we had to secure proper hotels then in each area. So medyo mahirap po pagdating doon. But the organizing committee has been very supportive and has been on top of things from day one.
I see. Aside from being supportive of athletes dito sa mga ganitong events, what are the other duties and responsibilities of the Philippine Sports Institute? Kasi matagal na tong plano, ilang chairman ang dumaan at sa wakas umaandar na siya.
So the main thrust really of the PSI is the training and education arm of the PSC. So that means that we are responsible for the coaching, education, for technical official or technical officiating education, as well as the welfare of the athletes, of course. So that means yung pagtulong sa athletes natin with their career pathway, helping them discover all what they can do after their athletic career, and then helping them in that journey. But the main thrust really is the training and education. So we're also working towards a national sports coaching certification program, which we plan to launch this year. That aims to unify and standardize the coaching education in the country. Kasi ang nangyayari ngayon, Bill, kanya-kanyang galaw. So there's no standard curriculum, hindi siya competency-based. So that's what we are trying to address with this program that we are launching.
Does this cover all sports?
Yes, so you might ask na iba-ibang sports, right? It's sports specific, but what we're trying to establish here is the foundation of coaching. So this will encompass any sport, sa NSAs, they can use this as a baseline, as a foundation for their coaches, and then the individual who graduates from this course can then move on to their specific sport para mas technical aspect ng matututunan nila. Because we want to establish really the foundation of coaching here para tama lahat ng coaches natin, nag-uumpisa sa lahat sa bata.
Okay. Since you're, very well connected with the Philippine Sports Commission, mayroon din bang branch offices ang PSI sa ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas?
No, Bill, wala. We are in Phil Sports and Ultra, but we are also trying to establish regional training centers. The same way that the PSC is trying to establish there. So kung nasa ng PSC, susunod lang din po ang PSI.
Okay. What about a library? I understood that this was one of the original plans for the Philippine Sports Institute.
Currently, there is a library at Ultra. We plan to expand also, of course, the resources that we have there. But at the same time, we also want to digitize the library para mas accessible siya sa mga athletes natin everywhere in the country.
All right. Well, how do you update and upgrade the coaching and that certification that you're doing? Are there any particular educational or sports institutions overseas that you have partnered with?
Yes, so what we did was we formed a technical working group which includes all the industry stakeholders. So meaning DepEd is there.
Okay.
Some of the LGUs are there also. We have some higher educational institutions, or HEIs as we call them. So we had UP take part in that, and other HEIs also. And then of course our NSAs are very much involved in the crafting of the curriculum. Ang ginawa namin dito, Bill, is that we look for an exact way so that there's more credibility or more weight in this program, and it's also recognized, right? Nationally and also internationally. So we are also getting accreditation from TESDA for this coaching program. So lahat po ng gagraduate dito and the assessment will be also accredited by TESDA.
That's great. But you're also, you've been involved with the Muay Thai Association for a very long time. Kumusta na ang national team natin?
Actually, Bill, I stepped down as SecGen in 2023.
Okay.
So I have not been involved since, but I've heard that they are doing very well with the new leadership under Vice Mayor Ian Soto and the new SecGen.
Right, that's great. So, what are some of the challenges that you face with the Philippine Sports Institute? Kasi syempre, alam naman natin, ang gusto ng marami, resulta kagad, no? They don't see the growth process, they don't see the learning. What are some of the challenges that you face at PSI?
Basically like a startup, what we're going through now. So it's really, for now, what we're focusing on is building partnerships with the stakeholders. And then we're just taking it one project at a time. So ang focus namin ngayon really is the coaching program, which I believe is long overdue. And then the second project that we are looking at is establishing the high performance unit. So ito din yung naumpisahan ng PSI before. I believe they procured some equipment for the sports science laboratory. So we are also building, on top of that, we are also procuring other high performance sports science equipment, and then also building a team which will be helping the qualified athletes for the Asian Games and towards the Olympics in LA in 2028. So two main projects lang po tayo ngayon sa PSI.
Okay. Do you look forward to including other aspects of sport, like, for example, sports psychology under the programs of PSI?
Yes, definitely. So under the high performance unit, we have sports psychology, we have sports nutrition, we have strength and conditioning, we have physiology or recovery, and then we have the separate data analytics and research kasi we really want to build on the research component as well for PSI.
What about the athletes? Ano bang pananaw ng mga atleta dito? Dahil kasi yung iba kung minsan, lalo medyo makaluma, parang, di naman namin kailangan yan di ba? We're already competitive at a high level. How do you persuade the athletes and coaches that this is something that will benefit them?
Actually, it has a challenge. The awareness part na bakit ba kailangan ng sports science. Things are working well for us naman kahit
Yeah.
old school. So it's really about the education part and awareness with webinars like what we did with the Tour of Luzon. Just to inform the athletes, ano ba yung mga bagong ginagawa ngayon, yung best practices in other countries that make them really good at their sport or at the game that they're playing. So slowly, we are getting the awareness that we need and yung appreciation din ng value ng sports science.
Okay. Ano yung mga ibang tinuturo nyo sa mga athletes, lalo na yung medyo patapos na yung kanilang career? And how do you help them plan the next phase of their lives?
So we help them with the transition, syempre. That's why early on, we emphasize yung athletic identity nila. We're trying to form an identity outside of sport. And then helping them, of course, ano ba ang gusto nilang gawin after, diba? After nila maging athlete or maging coach. So we help them build identity outside of sport. And then provide them, of course, with the resources and the support that they need toward that goal.
I see. Do you have any courses or any trainings involving sports journalism para sa aming mga nagtatrabaho?
Actually, we are looking into that also because we are thinking ano bang mga pwedeng career pathways diba, ng mga atleta natin after they become athletes. So that's actually one of the pathways that we're looking at, sports media and sports journalism. So we would like to partner with, if there's a media group, actually, we would like to partner with them to create this certification program or a workshop for the athletes and matutunan din sila. And of course, for those budding sports journalists that want to enter the industry.
Should I be worried na mawalan ako ng trabaho?
No, you will be the pioneer. You've always been the pioneer. So I think you will be helping us build this curriculum for them. Para mas madaming gumaling katulad mo.
What's the long-term vision for PSI? Dahil siyempre, di ba, pag sinabing edukasyon, minsan mahirap itulak kasi hindi siya bongga, hindi siya sexy eh. Lalo na pag pinag-uusapan sa media. What's the long-term plan for PSI?
Long-term plan or vision, really, our 5-year vision strategic plan for PSI is that we want it to be the premier sports institution, not just in the country, of course, but in Southeast Asia. So we want to be the pioneer when it comes to coaching education and the high performance unit. Since wala pa masyado, Singapore has, Hong Kong has, but we want to have the best. Okay, not just when it comes to the equipment, but it comes with, of course, the sports scientists that we have, the professionals that we have working for us. So we really want to push the sports science part and the importance of education. If we really want to be Olympic level, if we want to produce more Olympians like Heidelin and Kaloy, then PSI should be very much at the forefront of that movement.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Pearl. I know you're busy, and good luck with the Tour of Luzon.
Thank you, Bill. Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Sa ating pagbabalik, pag-usapan naman natin ang pagpasok ng Gilas Pilipinas Women's 3x3 team sa FIBA World Cup. Nagpapatuloy ang
Hardball with Bill Velasco. Pangarap mong maging milyonaryo? Sa PCSO Lotto, magkakatotoo. Mas pinasaya, mas pinabongga, mas pinalaki ang mga jackpot prizes. Araw-araw ang bola, kaya more chances of winning sa PCSO Lottery Draws. Lunes hanggang Linggo, tuwing 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. May mga katanungan ka ba tungkol sa iyong karapatan o problemang hindi masolusyonan? Isang tawag lang at nandyan na si Attorney Bob Ferrer at si Princess Jordan para umagapay sa iyo. Magbibigay boses sa iyong mga hinaing na dapat marinig. Bibigyang linaw yan dito sa Isang Tawag Ka Lang kasama si Attorney Bob Ferrer at Princess Jordan. 6:15 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Dito lang sa DWAN 1206 AM. Balitang nakalat.
Mamulat ng kanyang mga si Presidente at si
Binantayan. Suri. Nilatag at inihayag. 13 sa tanghali kasama sina Greg Gregorio, Naj Miravalles at Zai Chua. 13 sa tanghali sa ganap na alauna dito sa IBC 13. Looking to level up your brand? Advertise with us, where everything you need are rolled into one. All in one. Into one. From news, entertainment, to music, all in the mix. DWAN 1206 AM is your partner in reaching real people with real impact. For inquiries, send us an email at d11206am.ibc@gmail.com or get in touch with us at 027001-3053. D1 1206 AM. Narito na ang programang katuwang mo at ng komunidad sa pag-unlad. Maging updated sa mga proyekto at serbisyong hatid sa inyo ng Executive Government Offices, institusyon at komunidad. Every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. sa Talking Heads with Rose Solangon. Dito lang sa radyo ng Bagong Pilipinas, DWAN 1206 AM, the future of AM radio.
Ginulat ng ating Gilas Pilipinas Women 3x3 team ang marami nang sila ay dumaan sa butas ng karayom at pumasok sa FIBA World Cup na gaganapin sa Warsaw, Poland sa Hunyo. Nakausap ko one-on-one ang head coach na si Anton Altamirano at sinabi niyang napaka-hectic daw ng kanilang schedule papunta sa World Cup.
It's turned into a game. They double team De La Rosa to no avail. To two. For Lithuania. Special K to Labos. K to get it out. The reinforcing defense from De La Rosa. De La Rosa put some Singlish on that in Singapore. Meantime, Jermaine, dangerous with left.
Ano yung mga expectations nyo? Kasi maraming kayong ginulat dun sa FIBA Asia Cup na nakapag-silver medal kayo. What were your expectations going into the tournament?
Well, expectations going through the tournament is always, we wanted a podium finish talaga. Okay. So we've been eyeing that for the last 3 years. Last year, we were able to make it to the semifinals. Pero unfortunately, we only played with 3 players last year. So medyo kinapos kami. Pero coming into this year talaga, we were very hopeful. Lalo na sa dala naming players na we put in a new lineup and we really were very full and very promising yung approach namin going to the Asia Cup.
Okay. How about going into the World Cup qualifiers? Ano yung inaasahan yung mangyari? Did you really expect to qualify?
Ano kasi, very, parang, ano tawag dito, kakaiba yung schedule namin. So, we were preparing for the FIBA Asia Cup. Nalaman namin na may World Cup qualifier din kami na parang the following week lang. So parang our whole focus was really the Asia Cup muna. So parang sabi, sige, focus muna tayo dito and then let's see what happens next week. So when we won the silver in the Asia Cup, we had no time to really celebrate. Kailangan na namin mag-focus kagad sa World Cup qualifier. And coming into that World Cup qualifier, nakita namin talaga na kalaban namin or European teams. So Brazil, and then we knew na the other pool had powerhouses in Hungary, Lithuania. So talagang the chances of us making the World Cup were very slim, but obviously we were coming in a confidence na we really did well in the Asia Cup. So parang why not pagdating ng World Cup qualifier.
Okay, you also made a lineup change going into the World Cup qualifiers. Ano yung mindset nyo nun? Bakit kayo nagpalit ng player?
Actually, FIBA asked us to submit lineups ahead of time. So all those lineups were already given ahead of time bago pa nangyari yung mga Asia Cup. It was already strategized na dito siya maglalaro, ito yung maglalaro. Yeah, there wasn't really much adjustment. And all our players naman in our program, talagang ganun. Iniikot talaga namin and we see the combinations that would suit best. Obviously, pagkalaban mo sa World Cup qualifier, malalaki. So we really had to put a bigger lineup.
Bernardino, the spin move of the year.
Sa Cup naman, there's a mixture of big players and also small players. We were able to match up well in terms of lineup strategies.
Okay, after Brazil beat you in your first game, ano yung mindset ng mga players? Did they feel bad about it? Kasi may laro ka agad against Singapore. How did you keep the morale up?
Honestly, coming into that Brazil game, we were very tired. Nakita namin sa start ng game. Talagang may pagod pa galing from the Asia Cup. I think that really hurt us is got back into the game. So makikita niya yung moral ng players, parang sila more of parang nangihinayang sila because they know they could do better. But with our experience also in 3x3, na sanay kami sa ganong klaseng mga schedules, so we knew how to regroup and prepare for the next game, which is Singapore. And we knew coming into the tournament that Singapore game is like a do or die for us. So talagang at all costs, we had to win that game.
Di ba, ibang 3x3 sa 5-on-5, di ba? Medyo kayong mga coach, nandun kayo sa isang tabi. Are you allowed to shout instructions at the players?
There is no coaching in 3x3, pero there are some gray area.
Okay.
So, in terms of, pwede kang sumigaw, mga ganyan. Basta wag silang titingin sa inyo. Wag silang para mag-acknowledge na nakikinig sila sa iyo. Kasi at the end of the day, para kaming mga audience lang. So parang, especially language barrier, pwede ako mag-Tagalog, pwede ako mag-cheer, kunwari, nagka-clap ako ng hands, pero nagbibigay ako ng instructions, mga gano'n, diba? But actually, nung Asia Cup, pinagsasabihan na kami ng iba na parang you have to listen your parang masyado daw kayo maingay, mga gano'n. Pero wala, we're Filipinos, we can't really help it. We're very passionate and emotional.
Gaano kahirap para sa iyo? Kasi you're not in direct contact with the team, parang part spectator ka lang pero involved ka. Gaano ka stressful yung gano'n?
I think it's stressful na you're watching more than playing. I think a lot of people can say that na mas nakaka-stress talaga manood lang at mag-cheer kaysa yung maglaro. But I really trust my players kasi in our practices, I really give them leeway and I give them responsibilities na sila talaga ang parang coach sa loob ng court. So it wasn't really hard for them. They knew what to do. We prepared for those kinds of situations. They knew what kind of plays and what kind of defense that we have to do. So I wasn't really worried about it.
Okay. After the Lithuania game, parang talagang dadan kayo sa butas ng karayom. How did you prepare the team for the last game against Singapore na talagang medyo kumalas na kayo nung game na yun?
Siyempre, they were kind of down that they lost in Lithuania kasi parang we only lost by a couple of points lang. And then, we only had like an hour to prepare for the Singapore game. So it was really more of mental na lang. And that's where the leadership of the players came in, led by April and Mika Katso. Talagang sila na talaga nagsalita na, we have to win this, and they led the way. Ako, I just, stood in the sides na lang and let them speak. Kasi sila mas may alam Sila mas may alam sa loob ng court. And they just had to speak it together, and that was probably one of our best games.
Yes.
We really completely shut down the Singapore team, and ang ganda talaga ng ending namin doon.
Ano naman ang pakiramdam, Coach, when you realized we're going to the World Cup?
Sa akin, when I was talking to them, the World Cup qualifier was parang this was straight from God talaga. Kasi if you look at the whole tournament, akala namin Brazil was going to be the #1 team sa pool namin. Because they beat us in the first game, and then they're actually the #3 ranked team in America. America. So, akala namin talaga they were going to be the most dominant sa pool namin. And all of a sudden, they lose to Singapore.
Yes.
Tapos, because of the quotient system, na-eliminate pa sila. So, nagkaroon na bigla ng chance na worst case, we would be playing Singapore for the last World Cup slot. So, parang, wow, grabe si Lord na parang he made a way na magkaroon kami ng chance talaga. So, sa akin talaga, when we got that World Cup slot, parang answered prayer talaga and parang it's a vindication for all the hard work and all the sacrifice ng mga players, and also me. Kasi I think we had a conversation before about the SEA Games, and what happened there, talaga ang sama na nangyari sa amin. Hindi kami nag-qualify. So it really stuck to me after that. Talagang I had to really redeem myself, and also all of our players had to redeem themselves. And ito talaga yung parang vindication for us, and to really get back and give back to the country. So talagang sobrang proud kami, sobrang happy kami sa nangyari.
Okay, you talk a lot about God and miracles and gifts from the heavens, and you come from a very spiritual family also, Coach E and Coach Marisa. For you, why is that very important? Because even the players really, they're just, they show a lot of gratitude. You're always praying. Why is that very important for you?
I'm not super religious, pero I really believe talaga na everything we're doing is, purpose talaga for the glory of God talaga po. Parang empty ang lahat ito pag you're not doing it for God. Kasi like how I approach our team is family oriented. I don't look at them as players. I look at them as my family. So everything I do talaga, I lift up lang, and then we can only control what we control. At the end of the day, hindi natin alam kung mananalo tayo, matatalo tayo. Pero if we just give our best and lift everything to God, talagang everything will work out the way it should be.
Okay, now looking ahead, you have some time to prepare for Poland, and syempre yun na yung pinaka masasabi nating big guns ng basketball sa mundo. May idea na ba kayo kung anong magiging schedule nyo sa simula ng June?
Actually, sobrang hectic. Yung World Cup was just an addition to our calendar. Pero like right now, next week we'll be leaving for the Asian Beach Games in China. We'll be gone for about a week. Tapos we'll be going straight to another city in China, Chengdu, for the women's series opening. So we're going to have a pro season that will be all the way until September yun. And in the middle of that, there are other tournaments like the youth leagues, like the under-23 and under-21 Nations League. Then World Cup. So ang dami naming tournaments. So part na ng preparation namin yun. So definitely ano talaga kami, we'll be prepared when we get to the World Cup. And sanay na kami. I mean, we've done this for the last 2 to 3 years that we've been playing European teams or powerhouse teams. So it's really, everything is really preparation and steps to getting to the LA 28 Olympics.
Okay, I spoke with Coach Pat Aquino last Monday, and I asked him ano pa ba ang kailangan. And of course, siyempre yung basketball yan, yung conversation palaging size. No, do you plan to add maybe like a naturalized player to the team in the near future?
Actually, we already have a naturalized player, si Elizabeth Means.
Yeah, Beth.
She is, she already, I think na-approved na. So, we're just, finalizing stuff. And she'll be able to be playing this year in the women's series, the professional League ng 3x3. And hopefully next year she'll be playing. Hopefully she can play in the SEA Games next year, and then towards the Olympics.
Okay. So, but personally, what are your having seen the teams that will play in the World Cup? What are your goals? What are your targets for yourself and the team?
Definitely, we really want to introduce ourselves as not just an Asian team, but a world contender. So right now we're ranked number 18 in the world, and I really believe that we can go higher. We can go as high as we can with the way we play. Iba kasi 3x3, it's not like 5-on-5 na kailangan magmanalo ka na manalo, mag-champion ka na mag-champion. Dito, you just have to keep participating and playing in big tournaments to earn a lot of ranking points. So that's our goal. Once you get to the World Cup, the higher the finish that we can get, the better chances that we can really qualify for the Olympics. So yun talaga goal namin. And at the end of the day, personally, I really want to represent the country the best way I can.
Okay, you talk about the Olympic Games in LA in 2028. No? How ironic would it be if it's a women's 3x3 team from the Philippines that represents the country for the first time since 1972? Doesn't that strike you as kind of funny?
Well, I've been involved with women's for the last 3 years. I think it's not going to be a coincidence or anything. I really believe in women's basketball right now. It's rising, and I think for me, I think this is the era of women's basketball in the Philippines. I think we are now entering that era na it's going to really jumpstart a whole new generation of women's basketball players. So I'm really excited for that. And if that day comes na nasa LA Olympics tayo, it's something na I witnessed early on, and I wouldn't be shocked about it.
Medyo mahaba na rin ang pinagmatrikula mo, coach, no? Especially in women's basketball. At this stage, no, that we're right there, we're right on the edges, you say, of being a world contender. What is the fulfillment that you get having seen the growth of the team and the players?
I'm very proud talaga of my players. I don't just have those 4 players na naglaro or 5 players na naglaro ng Asian World Cup. I have a lot of players na on the background hindi natin nakikita, pero they're all really good, and I've seen them grow as players and as people. Talagang that's the fulfillment for me. I keep telling them na more than that silver medal, more than the accomplishments is the opportunity to coach them every single day, every single year. Yun na talagang award sa akin, o yun na talagang fulfillment as a basketball coach for me.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At bago tayo magwakas para sa araw na ito, muli tayo nagpapasalamat kay Pearl Managelod, Director ng Philippine Sports Institute, at sana'y maging matiwasay at matagumpay ang pagdaraos ng MPTC Tour of Luzon para sa taong ito na magsisimula bukas mula sa Batangas. And we wish everybody well, and we hope the cyclists get to finish the race safely and successfully.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At bago tayo magtapos, syempre muli ko kayong inaanyayahan at tangkilikin ang ating mga online sports channels. Una sa lahat, ang Basketball Universe PHL na twice a week nating nilalabas sa YouTube, Facebook at iba pang mga online platform.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At tuwing weekend naman, lalo na pag araw ng Sabado, ang Secret Sports Stories na mga maikling kwento ng mga tagumpay at mga kagulat-gulat na pangyayari na naganap sa kasaysayan ng sports hindi lang sa Pilipinas kundi sa buong mundo.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At para sa mga nagtatanong kung para saan ang Asian Beach Games, ang Asian Beach Games po ay isang malaking kompetisyon kung saan dinadala ang lahat ng mga manlalaro at lahat ng mga lahok sa isang lugar kung saan karamihan ng laro ay pwedeng gawin sa tabing dagat. No? Ito'y bahagi ng programa ng International Olympic Committee na medyo hati-hatiin, no? Yung mga Olympic Games, pwedeng masalihan ito ng mga sport na wala sa Olympics, pwedeng sumali ang iba-ibang bansa na mahihina sa ibang sport pero wala silang malalakas na atleta sa mga Olympic sports tulad ng World Youth Games, ganyan, para mas marami ang maging bahagi ng international sports community. Kaya suportahan po natin to, tulungan natin ang ating mga atleta, and we wish Team Philippines the best of luck in the upcoming days of competition in the current Asian Beach Games. And congratulations to Cebu dahil sila magiging host ng 2028 Asian Beach Games. Wow! Tulungan po natin din sila sa paghahanda at sa paghahanda ng ating mga atleta.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At yan ating programa para sa araw na ito. Muli ang Hardball ay masusubaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 11 na umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali. Dito lang po yan sa DWAN 1206 AM. Ako si Bill Velasco. Susunod na ang The Showbiz Authority. Huwag niyong palalampasin yan. Magkita-kita po tayo muli bukas.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.